Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in 2K22 Next Gen, going for the Spreading the Love achievement. This is to put up 10 or more green release shots in a single game. We're going to head into the features first, and then we're going to adjust the sliders in order to make shooting a lot easier. Once you are in the sliders, what you want to do is you want to make sure you change the game style down to custom, then hit left trigger to switch the tab over to user, and just make sure you crank everything up, notably all of the various forms of shot success. And then once everything is to your liking, back out, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure you head to play now. We're going to do this in a quick play game. Highly recommend doing this with 2 controllers to make things even easier. And then just make sure you pick your teams. Recommend picking a pretty good shooting team, but you can do this with any team thanks to those sliders. Make sure you get the ball on the controller getting the achievement, and then start making shots. So a green release shot is going to be to time a shot and let go once the green bar hits the little line. If you time it right, you should get an excellent under the timing bar, and that's what's going to count towards the achievements. For making one, you should be good for green lights for 15 gamer score. Then you're going to get the ball on the other controller. I recommend turning the ball over. Easiest way to do that is to just get a backcourt violation or run it out of bounds. You should get the ball back on the controller getting the achievement, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure you keep putting up shots. Now, this is going to take a little practice in order to get the timing down right. My best advice is to find one player whose timing you can adjust to, and then just make sure you stick with that one player. The reason for that is all of the players are going to have their own different little timings. So if you can find one that you can get used to, the easier this will be. So once you do that, just make sure you just keep turning the ball over on the second controller, and then just keep putting up shots on your first controller. Once you get a shooting rhythm down, you should be able to knock off shots really consistently. So just make sure you take advantage of that. This achievement doesn't have to be all done with the same player. It just needs to be 10 shots in one game. So you can use all of your players in order to get this. So if you lose your timing on one player, feel free to experiment around with other players. You do have all game in order to get this done, but it does have to be in a single game. If you are struggling with the time, you can always turn the quarter length up to 12 minutes, so you have at most 48 in-game minutes to get this done, so more than enough time to knock this one out. You also don't have to do any particularly well in the game, so you can actually get this if you lose, but since we're doing this with 2 controllers, you are probably going to win anyways. Doing this with 2 controllers is going to give you basically more possessions and more chances to put up shots, so all the much better. And then once we pass the halfway mark, we should be good for green zone for 15 gamer score. And then the last achievement of the set is to make it to 10, so just make sure you keep trying to put these up, and then once you get to 10, you should be good for all 3 achievements in the set. One downside to the achievement is once you put up enough points in a row with the same player, they're going to catch on fire, and then the bar is going to be a little hard to see since it's not going to be green on black anymore. It's going to be green on yellow. So if you have a little problem with seeing that color scheme, be a little careful. So make sure you adjust your timing accordingly or switch to a different player. But nonetheless, once we get our last shot off, we should be good for the achievement. As you can see right here, quickest you can probably get it done is maybe a quarter and a half. And then once you manage to bank in the final shot, we should be good for all 3 achievements. Here is the last one. It's going to be for 15 gamer score. And that's all there is to it.